without a personal commitment, without conviction. It was kind of wimpy. It's like this. I believe that maybe we should possibly try a wacky idea. Put a man in a rocket, fire him off. Maybe he comes back, maybe not. It's a numbers game. Right? It never would have happened. Never would have happened. So what's the point? My point is when you go to your departments and you really believe in something, you really believe in something, you let them know you are committed to what you believe. You see, I teach people how to sell, and I tell them, people will buy from you if you're excited about it. Don't go in and say, I kind of have a wacky idea. Say, I believe in this. It's a personal commitment. Next. Yeah, that's deviation. That's a change. That is such a great thing. Now, I want to share with you, my daughter came in. This was a few months back, and little Shay, she's 4 years old. Shay walks into me, into my office, imagine that, and she walks up, and she's got her Cinderella gown on, right? They go into the princesses stuff, right? So she got her Cinderella gown, and she says, hi, Daddy. Hey, Shug, what are you doing? Well, I'm just a little upset because we haven't had date day in a long time. I said, oh, all right. Well, what are you thinking? Well, Mommy said that at the Pottery Playland that there's a place where you can go and we can have a little ceramic bear and we put it on a newspaper and we get to paint it and then they cook it and sometimes you can use it as a bank. And I said, well, what are you thinking? Well, they're having a Princess Pottery Playland party and I want you to be my date. Would you go with me? And I said, I would be honored. I will be your prince. So we went that day to the Pottery Playland, and we walked in, and of course, there's all the tables. And I'm surrounded by Ariel, Belle, Snow White, right? We're all at the tables. So, of course, it's me and about, 20 moms, I was like the Mr. And I sit down in my little blue chair, It's like this, like back in kindergarten, which, I'm kind of small, so it kind of fit nice, right? So I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm watching my daughter. She went and grabbed a bear, and she grabbed the wildest color paints. She had her paintbrush, and she sat down and said, Daddy, watch this. She's painting the ears one color and the belly another color. And she's like crazy. It was like a Tammy Faye Baker's makeup artist. Right? God rest your soul, Tammy. God rest. Right? Now, as we're having a blast, I hear to my right, no, what are you doing? Stay focused. Do you think that looks good? And this woman right next to me is blasting her child. And I looked over at this poor child. She's 5 years old. She was like Ariel. She had a beautiful little dress on. And the kid was frozen. The kid was afraid to paint. The kid was afraid to pick the wrong color because Mom would have blasted her. And then I looked at some of the other tables, and I saw parents pulling paintbrushes out of the hands of the kids and saying, give me that. And so not only was I surrounded by Cinderella, Belle, Ariel, it was the evil stepmother, the wicked witch, the beast. I said, I'm in Disney, for Christ's sake. And what I realized as I watched, I said, you know what? While these parents thought they were trying to help their kids create perfection, in fact, it was the parents trying to create perfection in their children. And what they were doing is taking the confidence and their ability to make their own decisions, use their own creativity. And I asked myself, I said, will that kid ever be able to unleash her creativity? Will she ever be able to take a risk? Will she ever be able to let it go? And I thought, probably not. There's a great quote by Mark Twain. Mark Twain said this. He said, 25 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did do. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, and discover. Now, I want you to think about those words as you go back to your departments. Do you have a paintbrush in your hand, or are you frozen? Has it been a long time since you've taken, dabbed into a little different color? And you know what I'm giving you today? I'm giving you a hall pass to unleash yourself the second half of 2007. Because you know what this company is? It's made up of a bunch of really cool individuals with really cool stuff up here and really cool stuff in here. And if it's been a while since you've unleashed it, we need a coming out party. That's what we need. I want you to grab the paint and go crazy. That's what I want. Right? Let me show you. We went back 2 weeks later after they had put it in the oven. And my daughter walked in, and she picked up her creation. Of course, you see Shay, Dad, she put our names in there, right? And you look at this thing, and it's a wreck. She thought she was Picasso, right? She was fired up. And for you department heads, you leaders, you supervisors, you managers, I want you also to think about it. Are you taking the brush out of the hands of your people? Are you letting them paint? It's important, right? Because you know what? We'd much rather be a company that looks like this than looks like everybody else, right? So deviate. Deviate. Now, let me show you what happens when you deviate. Go ahead, put my daughter's picture up. That's freedom right there, sister. Here's what he did. He knew that he had an opportunity to change his people. He had thousands of people. First, he had to get them to believe. Because if they believed, then the world would change. And so with enthusiasm as the gasoline to his presentation, he said this: I have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will join hands with little white boys and little white girls and sisters and brothers. I have a dream. People bought the dream. People bought the dream. And the world changed. Now, I'm not encouraging you, if you work in shipping, to walk in on Monday and say, I have a new packaging idea. But I think you get my point. I think you get my point. So remember, I will listen, deviate, and do everything you can with love and enthusiasm. You do this, and you have the power to change this company. On behalf of everybody at the Precise Selling Company, which includes my wife and 3 children, I thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you. It's a Thank you. Have fun. Have a great weekend.